What's up, everyone? Just got the outlook for today. Quite frankly, probably not even really going to bother trading today. Taking heaps of liquidity yesterday. So looking at EU currently, we did push through that supply that I was talking about yesterday down here, and we've pushed through that whole next area there as well. So we've pushed through heaps of liquidity. So again, we are in a position where it makes sense from a liquidity standpoint to sell, but from a market momentum standpoint, it makes zero sense to sell. So I'm probably not even going to bother trying to sell. If I was going to try and sell, the only thing I'd really be looking at is to use a point like this as a potential smart money trap and see if I can catch some sort of reaction to the downside. But yeah, I'm not really keen. I don't really have anything to target. I don't have any liquidity really underneath. Yeah, so I'm probably not even going to bother trying. For me to buy, I would need to come all the way down here, and I just don't see it as overly likely. We're yeah, extremely bullish. We have next to no structure to work with. We've taken really good points, and we're in an area where we very well can push price down a little bit, but it just doesn't make sense, and the market's showing no signs of it. So yeah, I'm not expecting a whole lot really from that side of things. If we are to get all the way down here, it's going to take us a while anyway. Like we're 40 pips, an average London session will move somewhere between 15 and 30 pips. So, we're a long ways away from a point where we can buy from. So yeah, look, I'll probably be leaving it today on EU. Like I said, yeah, I'm probably not even going to bother looking if I'm being completely honest. I don't even think I'll worry about it. G is more or less the same, slightly less aggressive. So G's got a little bit more that we can work with. We have taken this point here. We are in this bigger supply area here, which you could say is more or less the extreme of that leg that we've got there. So we've taken really good inducements into the mitigation, but obviously, again, it is very, very bullish. I'll clear this off from yesterday. No need for that there now. What we do have, so. Dropping down to the 5 minute, you've got a little demand area here. You can utilize something like that. We have obviously medium induced with what we've taken, and we've medium induced off the take of that little high there as well. So, we've taken a lot of liquidity. It makes sense for price to give a sell off, but from a momentum perspective, it just doesn't really. If we are to come all the way down here, you do have a supply to demand at that 50% of Asia, where you can actually look to utilize that as a medium inducement off the back of this supply to demand area here that has induced liquidity. So we could look to buy from an area like this. The only issue with buying from an area like this, which is why I have it in red, is just what we've taken from a liquidity perspective. Like it's very, very tricky given that we've only got like that as our medium inducement, which doesn't necessarily outweigh what we've taken here and here. So it makes it very tricky in that sense. I'm open to it, but again, if we get all the way down here, that's a fair ways from where we are currently. It's yeah, 30 pips. So look, we could get there. If it comes down here slow enough, like if we can generate some liquidity, potentially get some sort of like manipulation out of an area like this, then get that sell off. I may look for a sell here to target this and target that inducement, or I may just wait to get that mitigation here and then look, see if I can catch the buy up, targeting all that liquidity, targeting that high, following with the momentum. To be honest, that's probably the best play that we've got for today. If we blow through all of this, which we very well can, given what we've taken, the next area that I'd be open to buying from is really the take of that low, the inducement of all of that liquidity that we've got running there, which if I was to sell, this would be initial target, this would be final target, even that area there. But depending on RR, I would ideally like to just target that point, just get in and out of the trade. It's been a slow week, so if I can catch something and target that, that'd be great. Get a 1 to 3 or whatever. But yeah, like I said, we don't have a lot to work with here. Price action this week has been just pretty average, not the greatest in itself. So, we've got good weeks coming up. Just don't want to be trying to fight this momentum too much. Yeah. we're in a bit of a tricky spot. Price is very, very bullish, and it looks like we may continue bullish for a little bit longer. So we'll see what it wants to do. But yeah, not going to be stretching anything or pushing the envelope on something today. I don't really want to sell against this momentum. So if we get a buy present, that's great. Otherwise, yeah, I'll just be sitting on my hands, I think.